Hey on guys, DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing a video where we rank all of the players, all the point guards, in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM that are of Galaxy Opal tier. We are going to be ranking them from worst to best. So right now, there is exactly 50 Opal point guards, unless I missed one. If I did, I apologize. And we have them all ranked, in my opinion, for my playstyle from worst to best. Are you guys going to all agree with me on all these? No. Is there going to be some kind of controversial ones? Of course there is. It is a list based on playstyle and just based on what cards I prefer. So now we are going to start off with, in my opinion, the very, very worst of these cards right here. I don't think anyone's going to really argue that Gus Williams is the worst Galaxy Opal point guard in this game. I really don't. I don't think anyone will be able to say there's any other worse Opal point guards. This might be the worst Opal in the game. 6'2" with a 6'3" wingspan. Tendencies. He's actually got an alright on-ball steal tendency. He's got Kemba's release. He's got a not great crossover, not great behind the back. As well as that, a not good 3-ball. Not a great driving dunk. Yeah, his defensive stats are good, but he's just too small to be a really good card in this game, unfortunately. And for that reason, he is number 50 because he is the only one of the point guards, in my opinion, I don't think have anything good about them. At number 49, we have got Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly is a card that does one thing very well, and it's play defense. So unlike the last card, Gus Williams, he's got an 98 on-ball steal tendency. He's not going to dunk it particularly well, but he's got really just good overall stats. He's got a good behind the back. His release base 36 is pretty nice. So I do think this card is definitely better than someone like Gus Williams. However, I still don't think it's a very good card in game. At number 48, this is going to be the first controversial one, but this is a card that I just absolutely hate, and it's buzzer beater Galaxy Opal Kyrie Irving. I do not like Kyrie. I've made this clear from the day he came out that I don't like this card. I don't know what is wrong with his release. I think it's one of the worst releases in the game. He has a 98 3-ball. He is not a good driving dunk. He's 6'3", so again, he's not got great height with a small wingspan, which is not good. He's got some nice badges here. He has got a lot of the good badges in this game. Tendencies-wise, his tendencies are terrible. Sigs-wise, he's got Kyrie's release, which I don't like. He's got a terrible cross, a terrible behind the back. He's got a terrible head. Like, he doesn't even have good sigs. He moves kind of well in the half court, but like his sigs aren't even good. This Kyrie Irving card is just not it, lads. It is just not it. So he is in here at number 48. And number 47 is not Kyrie Irving. It is Louis Dampier. Louis Dampier is a bit of a weird one because he's 6 foot tall, but he does have a 6'7" wingspan, which means he probably feels like he's around 6'2" maybe. He's got pretty good stats overall. His driving dunk though is not good at all. I've used him in a few games. I have not dunked with him once. He's a Hall of Fame Intimidator, Hall of Fame Clamps. Like, his badges are pretty good. And we look at his tendencies. 78 on-ball steal is not terrible. And Sigs, this is a really weird one. He's got Tony Parker base, which is really quick. LaMarcus Aldridge base, I really like that upper on like his base. I like it on is it Rudy that has LaMarcus Aldridge upper? There's someone that's a really good shooter. There's a good few really good shooters that upper. On Louis Dampier, it just is weird. It's just weird. As well as that, he's got a good hezzy, but he's got T-Max 6 basically. Pro 1, Pro 3, Pro 1. It's Tracy Mcgrady 6, which are okay, but they're not spectacular. So for that reason, he is coming in here at number 47. At number 46, we have got Trey Young. So Trey Young's not a terrible card. Like, he's not, actually no, he is a terrible card. But he at least does something well, and it's 300. His release is so much better than someone like a Kyrie Irving or even a Louis Dampier, in my opinion. He's not going to dunk the ball. He's not going to play good defense. He's only got gold clamps. He's got pretty good lateral quickness. Tendency-wise, it doesn't matter. The only thing he'll do is 300. He's got 107. And if you guys don't know what base 107 is, it's Jason Tatum, Amethyst, and below, as well as his Opal. It's Tyler Hero, Trey Young, Kevin Huerter. So this is a release that definitely divides opinions. I really like 107, so that's why he's this high. But if you have him as the worst, or actually no, Gus Williams is objectively the worst. If you have him like one below Gus Williams, I would not be that annoyed with that. At number 45, we are going to put in Lenny Wilkins. So Lenny Wilkins is 6'1" with 6'4" wingspan. So again, kind of will feel the same as Trey Young height-wise. He's got Really nice stats. Stats that are a bit better than Trey Young's, and Hall of Fame clamps and Intimidator, which is big. Like, he's still not good, but it just puts him ahead of someone like a Trey Young. As well as that, not great tendencies. Base 33, but he's got the Pro 3 behind the back, which is the best behind the back in the game. And his release, I think it's okay. Josh Richardson release, I think it's alright. I don't think it's spectacular. I don't think it's bad either. So, Lenny Wilkins is going in here at 45. At 44, we are going with Jason Williams. So Jason Williams he's a 6'1 player with a 6'4 wingspan. He's actually got some pretty okay badges like clamps, no intimidator, which is kind of killer. I definitely wouldn't put him, again, like I wouldn't use this card, but the 85 driving dunk is what puts him ahead, in my opinion, of the likes of Louis Dampier, Trey Young, and Kyrie. He's got pretty good tendencies from what I remember. Maybe wrong, but actually 80 on-ball steals okay, as well as decent contest. He's at base 24, which I think is quite a decent jump shot from what I remember. At Jimmer base, that's a pretty good shot. He's also got the Pro 2 size up, the Pro 2 hezzy, so he got the Curry left right cheese. He's got the Pro 3 hezzy, which is really good. He's got the best behind the back in the game. He's got one of the best swings in the game. So his SIGs are really, really good. Problem is he's just too small to be good in this game. He simply is. Then we have got another very, very small point guard, and it is Isaiah Thomas coming in at number 43. Isaiah Thomas is a 6'1 point guard. Again, stats-wise, he's really good. He's got a pretty good driving dunk. He's got Hall of Fame Intimidator, which again is really good. He's just too undersized. Okay on-ball steal tendency. He's got a Curry layup package. He's got the Pro 5 behind back, which is pretty decent. He's got base 14, which I've used him a few times. Luke Kennard's base. It's alright. It's fine. It's nothing spectacular. He's got his own dribble style, which I don't know what it is, but he's got the Pro 3 hezzy. So he is not the worst card in the world. Then at number 42, we've got Cp3. Chris Paul, 6 foot tall with a 6'4 wingspan. However, his stats are near perfect. 90 driving dunk, great speed ball. He has got 52 Hall of Fame badges, basically every single Hall of Fame badge you need. As well as that, he got that 90 on-ball steal tendency. The only reason why Chris Paul is not a good bit higher on this list, because there's a lot of non-dunking point guards that I wouldn't consider very good. Heck, up to number 30, I don't consider them any good. But he does have the Pro 8 cross, which is the best cross in the game, as well as the Pro 2 behind back. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. I was just like, Pro 2, that is Penny, isn't it? Yeah, that's Penny and Scotty. That's absolutely terrible. We have the Pro 8 hezzy, which is really good as well. Then at number 41, we have got a guy I really like his release. I don't like anything else about him. In my opinion, of all the cards so far, if you were to give me any of them and say, go drop me 30, I could probably do it with this guy right here. Well, this Kyle Lowry, obviously, not the best card in the world. A lot of us have very, very fond memories of this Kyle Lowry. I think I might have called him Kyrie. But this Kyle Lowry, man, he was so good. He was so good for so long for me. He was my point guard for the longest time. He was brilliant. But this Kyle Lowry, he's got good speed. He's got good steal, good lateral quickness. Again, his stats are great. He's just 6'1". He's got great badges. Again, Intimidator's key. Not going to dunk the ball. Tendency-wise, got 99 take charge, which isn't ideal. But he's got okay contest, decent enough on-ball steal, but not spectacular. He's got the Pro 5 cross, and the Pro 5 behind the back is good. Pro 5 cross, I don't think is great. It's okay. He's got base 78. Again, I don't exactly know if there's any other players to base, like Montrezl Harrell. Either way, I know it's a good release, and I've used that Kyle Lowry diamond card to know how good that release is. So, in my opinion, he deserves to be a little bit ahead of a Chris Paul. But again, we are still at the very, very low end of this list. So then we got Jerry West at number 40. So he is just outside the bottom 10. But Jerry West, stats-wise, again, spectacular. He's spectacular stats-wise. He's got 56 Hall of Fame badges. He's spectacular tendencies-wise. He's got a 6'9" wingspan. He's got a decent behind the back, not a good crossover. The problem is the Jerry West jump shot. I've used this card in a few games. I hate him. I hate him so much. But stats-wise and stuff, he's probably the best, minus Go Curry, of all of the little point guards. The problem is, even with a 95 dunk, he doesn't dunk. Even with 99 speed, I can't go by anybody. I really have tried to use this card a few times because I'm like, this card's ridiculous stats-wise, ridiculous tendencies-wise. In my opinion, he's unusable and he's not good at all. And number 39, this guy's okay. It's Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, 6'4", 6'7" wingspan. Defensively, he's good from what I remember. Like, good lateral quickness, good steal. He's a good passer. He can hit the jump shots from wide open. He's a good defender. And again, he's 6'4". I've tried to use him a few times. He doesn't do much. Even though he's got a good on-ball steal tendency, the only thing I'd say is he does not do much. He should be up there on the level of Gary Payton, but for me, he was just worse. Base 25 is Wilson Chandler. Yeah, that's Wilson Chandler. It's fine enough to catch that base, not great off the dribble. However, he does have a go behind the back with a good dunk, so you can definitely make an argument for him to be higher. But to be completely honest, anyone from 25 down, you can make any sort of an argument here. These cards are still not cards I would ever recommend using. Then we have got Tiny Archibald. So Tiny Archibald is in here at number 38. He's 6'1" with a 6'3" wingspan. However, he does have a pretty good on-ball steal tendency. It's just there's something about, like, obviously his stats are good because he's a little guy, and they normally juice up these guys' stats. He was a free card. He's got Paul George, base Paul George, upper, and it's a weird one. He's a lefty Paul George. I prefer this release to Paul George. Maybe it's because I prefer lefty shooters most of the time. He's got the Pro 6 size up, which I think is really, really good. He's got Pro 4 cross and hezzy, which isn't ideal. But at the same time, I hit more shots with him than a lot of others. You can definitely argue Kyle Lowry over him, but I think he's just that little bit better for me. And you can probably argue Dr. Vasaki, you could argue any of these, but for me, at number 38 is Tiny Archibald. I have never used this guy right here. I'm just saying this right now. I just have to put it on the list, and I'm guessing where to put him. It's Kenny Smith. So Kenny Smith, a great shooter, great dunker, who has got only gold clamps and gold intimidator, but he does have great shooting badges. Got pretty good height, or well, not so far. 6'3" is good height, but in general, it's not good height. A pretty decent wingspan for his height, though, of 6'6". He's got no real good tendencies. He's got base 37, which from what I remember is good. Yeah, it's Bill Walton base. It's very, very quick. He's also, oh, I did not realize this. Sorry. I thought when I initially looked at this, these were pro. Ignore Kenny Smith. Put Kenny Smith one above Gus Williams and move everybody else up a tier. So move Tiny Archibald 37, move everybody else up a tier and put Kenny Smith at number 49. He is not quite Gus Williams. I don't know why I thought the first time I looked through these were all Pro 6. I don't know why I read these as Pro 1. Okay, I missed that completely when I was researching this video. He is god awful. He's better than Gus Williams, but that's not hard to do. So now we are on to number 36, and it is Steve Francis. So Steve Francis, again, same length as Kenny Smith, but obviously has got Hall of Fame clamps, only gold intimidator, which isn't ideal. He's got great badges in general. Got almost everything you need. Great 3-ball, great dunk, great speed, pretty good defense. Tendencies wise, okay, but not great on ball steal. Obviously 100 driving dunk. Has got the Pro 6 cross, which isn't great. Pro 4 behind the back, like, it's okay. He's got Dion Waiters base, and I do like Dion Waiters base. So, but do I prefer him to like a Derrick Rose or a Marbury or anything? Probably not. So that's why he is here at 36. And number 35 is a card that I actually do kind of like. I've used him a few times. I like this Steve Nash card. Like, would I ever use him in a competitive game? Of course not. But if I was just playing a casual game in Unlimited, could he do a job? Yeah. Like an 80 driving dunk, he's got great 3-ball, great mid-range, great speed. He's got great defense for some reason, even though it's Steve Nash. He's got Intimidator, Interceptor, Hall of Fame, Clamps, Hall of Fame, Handles for your days, Hall of Fame, quick for his step, stop and go, tight handles, quick draw, range extender. Like, it's madness. Like, only an 80 driving dunk tendency, which isn't ideal. Not the best on-ball steal tendency. He's at base 87, which I actually like his release. It's only Steve Nash's release, but this year I don't mind it. I really don't, especially on half quick draw. He's got the Pro 2 behind back, which isn't good. Pro 6 cross is not good either. Pro 6 hezzy's not great, but you know what? I've used this card and I've had success with him. However, like, I still wouldn't advise to use Nash or anyone lower than him, or this guy right here for that matter. We've got 34. We got Stefan Curry. Steph Curry, 75 driving dunk, great 3-ball, obviously. He's only got gold intimidator, obviously Hall of Fame clamps. He's good and all, but like, he's usable. But he feels no difference to this card right here. If you have 2 hours to spare, I would get this card. Or heck, if you have 12 hours to spare, I would get Go Curry, who is significant upgrade. Like, this card and the other Curry are basically the same card. So he's got his own release. He's got the Pro 2 cross, which is really good. Pro 2 behind the back is terrible. And his layup package, which I think it's been kind of nerfed this year. I don't think that's anything spectacular. But yeah, he's in at 34. At 33 is a card that came out yesterday, and it's Stefan Marbury. So Stefan Marbury, I don't like this card. I just think he feels slow. Stats-wise, he's really good. Badges-wise, he's really good for what he is, which is a Derrick Rose clone. Same base as Derrick Rose, same dribble sigs as Derrick Rose. He's got Steph Curry layup package. He's actually got really good tendencies, but in my opinion, Rose is better. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, but for me, Rose plays better. This Marbury just feels really slow for some reason. That's why he is 33. And number 32, we're putting in that guy, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is pretty much worse most stats than Stefan Marbury. Badges wise, he's definitely worse. He's got a lot less than Marbury. He only has got Gold Intimidator as well. And tendencies wise, he's 84 almost steal. Actually, is not bad. He's got not the best dribble sigs in the world. He's still got Derrick Rose release, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the 6'8" wingspan compared to 6'4" Marbury, but for me, Derrick Rose, despite having worse stats, is better than Marbury. Then on number 31, we are going to go with Token Reward Tony Parker. The best card in the game for one day. So obviously you evo him up in one game. So he ends up with good perimeter defense and 85 driving dunk. Still not going to dunk much. He's got 97 3 ball. Again, gets a whole bunch of Hall of Fame badges. Extra like Hall of Fame Interceptor, Intimidator, which are huge, as well as clamps. Tendencies wise, not great, because he is an old card. He still does have Tony Parker base. Not a great crossover, but a pretty decent behind the back. The problem with Tony Parker, actually Tony Parker base is really good on him because of his upper. It is like a slower version of Dwayne Wade base. I think Dwayne Wade base is slightly slower, 98, and Tony Parker base is slightly slower Wade base, but still a really, really good release. And while he was the best card in the game for that one day before they patched him behind the back, he's not spectacular at this stage. He really isn't. Then we have got number 30. Is one of the day one cards, Penny Hardaway. So Penny got about 3 updates in Evo. The Evo still does not change the fact that this card is one of the worst releases in the game. 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. Really great stats. Great range extender. Pretty good on defense. Like his ladder quickness goes up to 94 from 77. In my opinion, he has terrible, like his behind the back is terrible. He's got a terrible release. Base 10 is awful. The only argument that you can make for this card is in a competitive setting, he can defend some people. And he can probably hold his own in a competitive setting more than most people ahead of him. However, he can't score. And even other guys that are higher, like Draymond, at least Draymond can guard big men. Penny can't. Like Draymond's so much better. So yeah, Penny maybe a little below 30, but I don't like the card. I would much prefer like Alex Caruso or something. Then we have got YBC's favorite player, Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin is going in here at 29. Again, pretty decent. Like good 3 ball, good stats, good hot zone or good range extender, good quick draw. Like he's got a lot of really good badges. Tendencies wise, pretty decent on ball steal. He's also got base 40, which is so common. Look at the amount of the base 40 players. Base 40 is like only beaten by base 22 for the card or for the release that the most players have. He can Pro 2 tween. Not a great behind the back, but he's got the Pro 2 Hezzy. He's alright. I wouldn't use him, but he's not terrible. Then we have got Dame Lillard here at number 28. Again, all of these like small 6'3" slashing point guards, you can have them whatever order you want. I'm not going to argue that. But Dame Lillard, this is just my opinion. Dame Lillard, 97 3 ball, 95 driving dunk. His stats are good, except no interceptor, no intimidator. I just wouldn't. That's just a no-go. But his release is fantastic. You can flat out score with Dame Lillard. Offensively, you can get away with using Dame Lillard. I'm going to say that right now. Defensively, you can't, but offensively, you definitely can get away with using Lillard. But those lack of defensive badges means I can't put him any higher than 28. Then at number 27, we have got Gilbert Arenas, the historic Spotlight Sim Reward. So he's got Hall of Fame Clamps, Hall of Fame Intimidator, he's got Gold Interceptor, base 11. He's actually the only card in the game with legit base 11. Aldridge base is almost the exact same, but Aldridge base is the base 11. What Dwayne Wade base is the 98. They're basically the same. So he's got a 97 3 ball. He's got a 95 driving dunk, 97 speed, 97 acceleration, 97 perimeter defense, 97 lateral quickness as well. His tendencies wise, okay, but not great. He's got the Pro 3 cross, which is an ideal Pro 1 behind the back. However, base 11 again, it divides opinions. I personally like the release, but I understand if you don't. So that is why he is here around the middle at 27. Then we have got Gary Payton at number 26. I've just realized I've been 20 minutes and we are halfway through this list. This is going to be a long video, lads. So 96 3 ball for Gary Payton. He's got every vital badge. He's got a bunch of great ones here. His tendencies, great 98 on ball steal, 96 pass interception, animations. This Gary Payton jump shot is so much better than the other Gary Payton. Like, if you guys don't know, all 3 Gary Paytons have different jump shots. So if you look at the 89 or Gary Payton, he's got base 40, which is like one of the most common ones in the game. I would personally take base 40 over what the 99 one has. Then you have got Gary Payton with base 27. Sean Livingston base, a worthless card. Like, this is beyond worthless. That base is so broken. I used to literally say it was more broken than TNA Matt Hardy. And then there is this card right here who has 61, somewhere in between. I don't mind 61, but I would rather have 40. But he does have the Pro 2 cross and is a good defender. So for that reason, he's somewhere on the, well, he's obviously has to be on the list. He's an OPAL, but that reason he is 26. Then at number 25, we've got a guy who I think is very similar, just slightly better. It's Woah Frazier. So Woah Frazier has got an Evo as well, where he does go up, but I don't think it's anything spectacular. I don't think it changes too much of the card. Obviously, his block goes up. He's a 6'4" point guard, so it doesn't make a difference. He's got a 98 3 ball, 95 driving dunk. He's got just overall really good stats. Great on-ball steal, tendency, and pass interception. Base 81 though. It's fine. Like, it's a fine release. I like it. SIGs are not great though. Like, I like base 81 a lot more than I like whatever base Payton has, but it's not spectacular. Then at number 24, we've got another one of the little point guards, and it is Ja Morant. So Ja, he can play offense. That's all I'm going to say. Also, defensively, he's got not great tendencies, but he's got good stats defensively. Good enough badges. He's got everything you need. I know some people have put him at like elite tier. He most definitely is not. But I still don't think he's... I don't think he's as bad as the guys we've seen previously. He can score better than almost anyone. Again, not great SIGs. Paul George base, John Wall upper. But he's not usable. But he's not awful. So, number 24, getting into the first half. Like, you see a big difference when we get to like 13 onwards. I think 13 and below, I really wouldn't use many of these. Maybe 15 and below, but Ja's okay. As far as the little 6'3" guys go, Ja's one of the top 5. Then after Ja, we have got a decent card, and it's Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is 6'5" to 6'6" wingspan, a decent enough height. Again, I still would take a lot of the pink diamond cards over him, but I take a lot of the pink diamond point guards over a lot of the OPAL point guards. He's got 94 3 ball though, 95 driving dunk. Great perimeter defense. The problem is that interior defense at 31, like, people just hop step through him. It is actually scary. Like, if someone hop step, if you're guarding a Giannis and you get into a position where someone has a chance to tap square for hop step, they will literally warp through Alex Caruso. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's the exact same thing with Cam Reddish, but you're not going to be in that situation that much. Trust me, he has one major flaw, but it's a situation that unless you're in a comp setting or someone that's spamming hop steps, you're not going to find it too much. Stats wise, he's good. Tendencies wise, he's bad. I like his release. I think it's not too bad, as well as the fact that he's got the Pro 2 tween. So for that reason, he is right in here at number 23. And number 22 is a card that stats wise is actually just the worst Gary Payton, but I just think his release is by far the best of all of them, is Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson, not a great 3 ball, no hot zones outside the 3. He's got great defensive badges, great defensive stats as well. Obviously, it is Dennis Johnson. Tendencies wise, he got not a great on-ball steal tendency. However, even though SIGs aren't great, in my opinion, 28 is one of the very, very best. It's not one of, it's the best catch and shoot release in the game. There's a reason why I rate Quentin Richardson so high. There was a reason why for a while I rated Craig Elo so high. I think base 28 off the catch is the easiest release of the time. And for that reason, when I run Dennis Johnson, I never use him as a primary ball handler. But I've had success running Dennis Johnson more than using anyone else because of the fact that he can hit those wide open shots at a really, really high rate. Again, is it good enough to put him in the top 20? No. Is it good enough to put him at 23 for OPAL point guards? Yes. Then we have got Cole Anthony. And don't get me wrong, this card's not very good. But he's better than Ja. He's better than Ja. Like, 98 3 ball, 97 driving dunk, 97 speed acceleration. Again, there's a whole bunch of cards with these exact same stats. Like Ja, Rose, Marbury, Lynn, Gilbert Arenas, Dame Lillard. There's a whole bunch of them with almost the exact same stats. But I really like Cole Anthony. Not a good on-ball steal tendency. However, the John Wall base with Dame Lillard upper. Man, it is such a nice release. I've used him. I started using him again. I think it was in the youngest squad. And I put him in. And suddenly it's just bang, green, bang, green, bang, green. 3 shots in a row. He's also got the Pro 3 cross, which isn't great. But he's got the Pro 5 behind the back, which is really good. As well as that, he's got the Pro 3 Hezzy. So, honestly, Cole Anthony, while not an elite card at all, as far as the little guys go, is right up there. He's right up there. At number 20, we are going to put in D'Angelo Russell. I'm going to say this right now. I'm not the biggest fan of his release. His release reminds me a bit of Kyrie. But he is 6'5" to 6'10" wingspan. So I can't justify putting him lower. As well as the fact that he can play decent defense. Yeah, he's only got goal intimidator, but he's got Hall of Fame interceptor and Hall of Fame clamps. He's got great lateral quickness, decent height, not great interior defense. Tendencies wise, not a great on-ball steal tendency. His release, it's his own release. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's not hopelessly bad. As well as that, he's got to go behind the back. So I can't justify putting D'Angelo Russell outside the top 20. He's definitely better than all the guys we've gone on so far. Then we have got Pistol Pete Maravich. Do I think Pistol Pete Maravich is worth using? No, because Paul Westphal is Pistol Pete, but he can dunk. However, it doesn't change the fact that Pistol Pete's a good card. Pistol Pete has got overall, apart from dunking, he's got really good stats at everything. He is 6'5" to 6'8" wingspan, so decent height. Got good defensive badges. No intimidator, which isn't great, but again, still not the worst card in the world. Not great tendencies, but he's got a really good release. He's also got the Pro 2 cross and a really good behind the back. Got the Pro 2 Hezzy as well as the Curry left-right size up. Like, he's really good sigs. Again, no intimidator, no dunking is what's keeping him down here at number 19, rather than pushing him probably closer to the 13, 14, but again, I still would take him over D'Angelo Russell 10 times out of 10. Then we have got number 18, a guy who's great on defense, but offensively is just not it. It's Lonzo. So, Lonzo has a 96 3 ball. His release is so bad. It's so bad, which is something I hate because his defense is so good. He's got unbelievable defensive badges, an on-ball steal tendency of 90. He's got he can tween up and down the floor, got to go behind the back. His release is so bad that I cannot put him higher than this. Like, his release is Kyrie level bad. Why do you give Lonzo Ball the same release as Bob Lanier? Why does he have a set shot? I get it. Like, you want to give Lonzo the same release on everything. But, like, you've given so many big men super fast releases. Why does Lonzo have to have one of the worst set shots in the game? As well as that, he's a really weird upper and the timing is off. But, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this card here. But he's just, like, he's a good release away from being a top 12 point guard in this game. But he's 18 for now. At number 17, we've got the second best of the small point guards. And it is Baron Davis. Remember everything good about Dame Lillard? Now imagine a clone, as in same dribbling, same jump shot, except better tendencies, and he has the 2 badges that Lillard is missing, both of them in Hall of Fame, as well as better stats. He is Dame Lillard, but better in absolutely every single way. So for that reason, he's going in at number 17. At number 16, we're going to go with the guy who I like at the 2, I do not like him at the 1. It's Luca Doncic. So, Luca's stats are pretty decent. He's got Hall of Fame quick draw and range extender. Okay dunker, pretty fast, pretty decent defender. Yeah, he's only got some goal badges, but you know what? He's fine in defense. I'm going to say this right now. Luca Doncic is a great cone, but do not use him at point guard. Trust me. That's the only reason he's this far down. He's got the Pro 5 cross and Pro 1 behind the back. I hate the way he moves. I can't do anything with him. He's got a release that only he has, which is a really good release. Don't get me wrong. He can hold his own in this game. He's a good card, not a good point guard. And for that reason, he's just outside the top 15. And this is where you see the big change. Maybe this card at number 15, Draymond Green, you can say he's probably a little bit outside the elites. But from the next card onwards, I think there's a bigger gap between probably number 12 and Draymond right now, who's 15. I think there's a bigger gap between him and 12 than there is between Draymond and, let me have a look at who's low, Kyle Lowry. I think there is. Like, those three people gap, there's an elite tier point guards and there's a whole lot of nothing. And then there's Gus Williams. So we got Draymond here, really great defender. Again, not going to bring you much on offense. He's better than Penny on both defense and offense. Tendencies wise, pretty okay. Base 12, not the best in the world, not the best SIGs. But you know what? Like, he can do a job. He does a job. And he does that, in my opinion, with that 7'1" wingspan at a much better rate than Penny. He's just a much better Penny Hardaway, in my opinion, and that's why he's 15. And number 14, we have got Big O. We have got Oscar Robertson. So Big O, 96 3 ball. Again, stats-wise, he's really, really good. At this stage in the game, every single card may as well have 95 plus in every single stat. But he's got clamps, defensive leader, hard crusher, intimidator, tireless defender, only gold interceptor, which isn't ideal, but again, stats-wise are really great. Tendencies aren't great because, again, no one cared about tendencies before about 2 months ago, so 2K weren't juicing them. Then we've got SIGs and animations. His release is okay. He's got again the magic behind the back, which is really good. He's got the Curry left-right cheese size up. Not a great layup package, but you know what? He is a very solid card as well as being 6'5". That's enough to get into number 14 on this list. At number 13, we have got the GOAT Stephen Curry card. Again, for my playstyle, I can't have him higher than this. However, if you can find a way to get away with him on defense, and you know his release on offense, and you want to put Curry in your top 10, I will not make that argument. I just have not found a way to do it. I have not found a way to have success with this card. But I can't put a card who's got 99 in every single stat and 63 Hall of Fame badges outside my top 15. I just can't. He's also got completely juiced up tendencies, and he's got obviously the Pro 2 cross, all of Steph Curry's shooting. So yeah, Steph Curry in here at number 13 on the list. So now at number 12. At number 12, and this is the card that starts off the elite tier point guards. It is Blake Griffin. 96 3 ball, 95 speed, 96 acceleration, 90 speed ball. Again, may as well have 95 plus in every stat. 56 Hall of Fame badges. He's also 6'10", lads. He is 6'10". The fact, again, the gap between him and Draymond is bigger than the gap, or is almost as big as the gap between like Draymond and anyone not named Gus Williams. But he's got, again, every single badge. He's got at least gold. He doesn't have pump fake, maestro, steady, and teardropper. None of those matter. Tendencies wise, he's not great, don't get me wrong. He's got Blake's release, which I really like off the catch. It's not good off the dribble. However, Pro 1, Pro 1, Pro 1, Pro 1. Really is not great SIGs. However, a great layup package. A really great card in my opinion. And again, it's personal preference. If you want to have him top 10, I'm not going to argue. I am not going to argue that at all. But at number 11, just outside the top 10, we have got Jorge Hampton. And again, the top 10, I think even when you go from Hampton 1 up, the gap between number 11 and 10 is huge as well. So RJ Hampton has only got an 89 3 ball. That doesn't matter. With coach, shoes, and floor general, that goes up to almost 99. He's got 97 driving dunk. He's got 99 speed of ball, 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 95 perimeter defense. He has got 95 lateral quickness. As well as that, he's got range extender, quick draw, tireless shooter, pump fake maestro. He's got hot spin hunter, hot start, green machine, flexible release, difficult shots, corner specialist, catch and shoot, volume shooter. Like, he's got almost every badge you need as well. Tendencies wise, he's got that 90 on ball steal, which really good. Not a good pass interception tendency though. And in SIGs, Trey Burke base, one of the best bases in the game. As well as that, he's got the Pro 3 behind the back, which is elite. I don't like the Pro 7 cross, but he's got the magic behind the back. Again, a really, really great card with a great release. But the reason why he is only number 11, I say there's a huge difference, is that for me, I have got Jonathan Isaac at number 10. Jonathan Isaac is a great card, don't get me wrong. He may as well have 99 in every single stat. Like, at this stage, from Jonathan Isaac up, there's maybe one card that probably isn't like this stats-wise, and then it all becomes a case of preference and animations. Also got that 7'2" wingspan, got a great quick draw and range extender. Again, he's got every badge as needed. When you're looking at animations for this card, jump shot 70, which is the same as all his other cards, and same as E, same as Caris LeVert, same as Gerald Green, same as Bielitsa. I like the release, I don't love the release. He's got the Pro 5 behind the back. I don't like the Pro 5 cross though. But that Pro 5 behind the back is probably the closest you can get to Pro 3. I think in my opinion, it all depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to dribble glitch with the behind the backs, obviously you want the normal 2. Yeah, normal 2. If you want to speed boost with a behind the back, you want Pro 3, and then after Pro 3, Pro 5, then Pro 7, or then Pro 6. And then Pro 1, probably the 5th best behind the back in the game. But Elite, Hop Step, again, it's just there's 9 fantastic cards that are ahead of him. And you can definitely argue this guy to be lower, but in my opinion, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is going in here at, Evo Ben Simmons, going in here at number 9. So Ben Simmons only goal quick draw, and that's kind of one thing that lets him down, as well as no handles for days. But it doesn't seem to make too much of a difference. He's had a great 3-ball, again, unbelievable stats at everything. This card came out on the 13th of March. That just shows like how the stage this game was going in, if this card was out on the 13th of March. Tendencies wise, again, don't care about tendencies at that time, so they weren't high. He's got his release, which isn't ideal, but the big thing is the Pro A tween. And this is going to be a thing you see a lot with the higher overall players. Yeah, I get it, it's a cheesy move, but if it's in the game, why not use it? It is the easiest tween to get open in this game. It is so difficult to guard, and the fact he has unblockable as well is good. I wouldn't be doing it down the entire court. I would do it maybe 1 to 2 between the legs to kind of just glitch by people, but this card is spectacular. I love this card at power forward more than I do a point guard, but he's really, really good. And that's why he's number 9. At number 8, we have got Lamar Odom. So Lamar Odom, again, not this Lamar Odom, this Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom has got quick draw, range extender, Hall of Fame. Again, might as well have 95 plus in everything. Got clamps, interceptor, intimidator. He's got everything you need. He's got absolutely everything you need Hall of Fame. Tendencies wise, not terrible, but not great either. He's also got the Pro 2 cross, Pro 5 behind the back, which are really good. Again, the Pro 2 tween is the second best tween in the game after Pro 8, and the second best, he probably is the second/third best behind the back in Pro 5. Aldridge base, Paul George upper, I really like that release. I loved it on goal quick draw, it's even better in Hall of Fame quick draw. And he's got a spot at number 8 on my list. At number 7 is a card that a lot of people like, but I don't. Not even that I don't like this card, it's that I think there is one other card later on the list that does everything this card does but better. It's LeBron James. LeBron has got basically every stat 99. He's got basically every Hall of Fame badge, don't get me wrong. The only badge is he doesn't have a teardrop and a steady, which don't matter whatsoever. Tendencies wise, not great. But there's one big problem. Yeah, he's got the Pro A cross. He's got terrible behind the back, by the way. He's got LeBron James release. I like LeBron's release. But the reason why he is at number 7 is the LeBron James layup package. I said it in if you guys watch my original Campus Legends game, LaMelo or Carmelo Anthony gameplay, at this stage, like when this card first came out, the Melo card, I didn't know anything about SIGs or layup packages. I literally said in the gameplay, I'm like, there's something wrong with his layups. He keeps missing open layups. It's because this is what I like to call the Hall of Fame miss open layup package. Like, it is scary how many open layups he missed. And there is a card that has LeBron's biggest strength are his stats and his Pro A crossover. There is a card, or his Pro A tween. There is a card later on the list who's the same height as LeBron, has got the best layup package in the game, has got a better release than LeBron, has the same tween, as well as having better tendencies. For that reason, he is at number 7 on this list. At number 6, we have got Tracy McGrady, point guard. Would I run him at the 1? Hell no, I'd run him at the 2. Evo, non-Evo, it doesn't matter. He's going to feel the exact same. But he's got a 98 speed of ball. Again, stats are nearly perfect. Tendencies, not great. But the big thing with this card, Trey Burke, Kobe. This base and upper combo is one of the best in the game. His SIGs are not great. Like, he's at the same SIGs as Porzingis. Like, there are so many cards. The Busher, Porzingis. There are so many cards that 2K copied and pasted their SIGs and put them on. And Tracy's one of them. The amount of people that have these exact SIGs is scary. But T-Mac still got that unbelievable release, 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. So he's got that really long wingspan, can play at the 1, can play at the 2, is elite at both. Tracy McGrady, number 6, in my opinion. At number 5, we have got the second best rim running point guard in the game. It is Magic Johnson, Campus Legends. So only really when he's evoed up because he gets a Hall of Fame range extender. This card has one weakness. He's got every badge you need, at least gold. He can guard inside, he can guard outside. He's got the best behind the back in the game. Also, he runs to the basket better than everybody else because he's 6'9" and a really big player build. The one big problem with this card is the Magic Johnson base. Again, he can green when he's wide open, but I wouldn't really be trusting the card to hit too many shots. So for that reason, he's number 5. At number 4, we have got Evo Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose would not be top 10 without Evo. He would probably be somewhere around the Blake Griffin. He'd be ahead of Jorge Hampton. He'd be number 11. He'd be number 11 if it wasn't for Evo. If you look pre-Evo, he's got not great speed, acceleration, and not great arc weakness. They are the only negatives really on this card because you're not going to use your point guard for post fadeaways. But with the Evo, he goes to a 95 steal, 94 arc weakness, and his speed all goes up to 95. And 90 strength as well. As well as that, he is 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. Who else was 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan? LeBron James. So he's got the exact same height as LeBron James. He's got quick draw range extender. He's got intimidator, interceptor, Hall of Fame. So again, yeah, there's a couple of badges he doesn't have. But is there any badges that are vital for a point guard that he doesn't have? Maybe putback boss, but again, it doesn't really matter too much. Or back down punisher. Tendencies wise, he's got pretty decent on-ball steal tendency of 74, which means he'll get a lot more bumpy. And if you guys are looking at SIGs, these are the same SIGs as LeBron. Like, he's got the exact same dribble SIGs as LeBron. Base 32 is one of the best releases in the game, in my opinion. If you've used Rajon Rondo, it is so nice. It was like, there was a stage where people were trying to convince me that this Fred Van Vliet card had base 98 because it looks like it. It is, in my opinion, an absolute cash release, as well as the best layup package in the game. This card is legitimately, in my opinion, better point guard LeBron. However, and he can shoot from the corners. LeBron can shoot from the corners. However, all I'm going to say right now is that when we do eventually get a GOAT LeBron James, and that GOAT LeBron James has got the SIGs of this LeBron, with the best layup package in the game, this LeBron will be better than Jalen Rose. I'm telling you that right now. But in just looking at point guards, this Jalen Rose over point guard LeBron. Then at number 3, we have got Kevin Durant point guard. So he actually is an inch taller than he is in his normal card. Is his wingspan the same? Yeah, so he's 6'9" with a 7'4" wingspan. He's 6'10" with a 7'4" wingspan. The Evo doesn't make a difference whatsoever. Tiny bit better than post. He's got 70 to 75 total badges. Nothing that matters he doesn't have. He's got, again, may as well have 99 in every single stash. But the big thing is the tendencies and, they're not even tendencies, sorry, they're SIGs and animations. So he's got the best between, or second best between the legs in the game. He's also got Kevin Durant release, which the more I use it, the more I like it, but I don't think it's, I still to this day don't think it's a great release. He's got the Pro 2 Hezzy, which is okay as far as I remember. He's also got the best layup package in the game, or the best hop step in the game, with long athlete. So for that reason, he is number 3. At number 2, we have got GOAT Magic Johnson. So the only thing that separates this Magic Johnson from the other Magic Johnson, number 5, again, in my opinion, any of number 7 to number 1, like, I don't think you can really argue. Actually, you can argue Odom. You can rearrange almost all this top 10 and I wouldn't really have much of an argument. But Magic Johnson, 99 basically in every stat, basically every single badge that's needed Hall of Fame. Tendencies wise, still not great. SIGs wise, he's got obviously his behind the back, still got his layup package. He's just got almost 99 every stat, and it's like boosting the stats of an already great card by a huge amount. Obviously, he's going to be in the top 2. And at number 1, in my opinion, for my playstyle is LaMelo Ball. I don't think it's particularly close. LaMelo Ball, 6'8", 6'10", wingspan. He has got 96 3 ball. Again, he's got basically 99 every stat, 95 driving dunk. He's got every single Hall of Fame badge you need on a card. Range extender, quick draw. As well as that, he's got 100 pass interception tendency, which I'm pretty sure he's the only 100 pass interception tendency player in this game. He's got 95 on-ball steal, great shot contest tendency as well, and good shot block tendency. As well as that, he's got the Pro 2 size up. He's got the Pro 2 cross. So he can curry left or right cheese. He can tween up and down the floor. He's also got the Magic Johnson behind the back, which is one of the best in the game, which is the best in the game, in my opinion. He has the best layup package in the game, as well as that he's the fastest release in the game. Yeah, you can argue base 38 isn't ideal if you don't like the release. Just like 107, it might be too fast for some people, but once you get it down, it literally is the fastest release in the game. So there's no, you can't argue against that. Just timing wise, it's the fastest. Austin Rivers' upper is a little bit weird to get used to, though. Although it does look exactly like LaMelo in real life. But at the same time, if you want to argue Magic's the #1 point guard, if you want to argue KD, LeBron, Derrick Rose, or Jalen Rose, T-Mac, Odom, Simmons, Isaac, you have a point for, I think, pretty much all of them. So yeah, that is pretty much it. This was 45 plus minutes of me talking. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ball point, you know it's not.